was killed 1 hour ago. My job is to collect evidence which could help the investigation, such as objects, blood, fingerprints, or other human elements which will be analyzed. We are going to number all the proof and take some pictures and send the proof to the medical laboratory. Look! I found a huge knife covered with blood. I will take a sample of blood. Maybe the victim has wounded the murderer and I could find his DNA. The analysis of blood stain is very important because it can point out the movement and action which happened. In this case, the origin and the direction of the blood stain show us that the victim was stabbed in the back here, she struggled and she fell at this place. Now, go on the laboratory, prove this hypothesis and analyze the proof.
Hello, we are this morning in Compiègne Police Scientific. In this place work forensic chemists. This professional analyzes evidence that is brought in scene crimes and reaches a conclusion based on tests run of that piece of evidence. A forensic chemist's job is to identify and characterize the evidence as part of the larger process of solving a crime. They handle the evidence collected from the crime scene. Evidence may include hair sample, paint chips, glasses fragments or blood stain. Try to find a fingerprint in this knife cream. I put this film in this knife. Now I am going to do UV analysis. And you can see a beautiful fingerprint.
What were you doing yesterday in the woods?
I was looking for something to eat, but finally I got lost.
Why weren't you in front of the church at the end of the mess? You would have been able to learn a lot of money. It's not realistic.
Nobody give me money. I have to find my own food. That's why I was there. My last meal was 2 days ago.
Moreover, we found your fingerprint on the weapon. For me, you are guilty.
No, I am not killed here. I am not a murderer.
A fingerprint is unique. Each of us has his own fingerprint. So why your fingerprint can be on the weapon?
I needed money. I was so hungry. I found her on the road. She was already dead. I took her bills and went away. I don't want trouble with justice. I don't want trouble. I think you should not need it anymore. So what's the problem?
I think that she resisted and you killed her. She had 3 children and you killed her for money. You are going to spend the rest of your life in jail.
I swear in God, I'm telling you the truth. I don't know her as I don't have enough money to buy a knife like it.
We shall see what the autopsy on her will reveal. But to my opinion, you are guilty. We are going to analyze your blood and see your alcohol level. You are going to test a breathalyzer test.
What should I do? How does it work?
For the need of investigation, the orange dichromate of potassium oxide ethanol present in your breath and turned green is 2000 less than the real concentration in your blood. The indicator shows us you have alcohol in your blood. If you drank, how can you remember you didn't kill her?
Because I saw the murderer. He was running with a white sweatshirt with a child on the front. He was wearing a jean and blue shoes.
That will help you. I hear this story every day with drunk like you. You smoke too much. I can smell alcohol from 10 meters of you. Maybe you think you didn't kill her, but you just forget it.
Now we are here to do the autopsy of our victim. An autopsy is the examination of a body after death, which may also be referred to as a post-mortem. The autopsy is performed by a pathologist or a coroner and reveals aspects served at its cause, the weapon used, and the time since death. Autopsies are more often used for purposes unrelated to crime. They play a crucial role in murder investigation, that the field of forensic medicine has a large impact on where the investigation should begin. So what about cause of death? The cause of death refers to why this occurred and shouldn't be confused with how the victim was killed. A variety of measures are taken by coroners to establish the manner of death was accidental, natural, suicide, or murder, depending on the situation and case type. Moreover, forensic science provides a number of solutions to solving the mystery question of when a person died. Generally, the longer it has been since the death, the less accurate the estimation given by forensic pathologists. We can determine it with skin color, body temperature, and etc. So after this, what about marks of violence? A murderer will always leave marks of violence on the bodies of their victims. During an autopsy, these marks may be difficult to find if the murder agent was drugged or poisoned, but these agents can still be found through blood tests. We can find bruising, cuts, or gunshot on the body. Now, with all this technique, we can easily find cause of death and help policemen to stop the murderer.
We find blood on the crime scene. We will therefore make an extraction DNA. It begins with a cell lysis thanks to grading, followed by extraction with detergents, which will dispense to the lipid bilayers membranes and denature proteins, particularly those associated with DNA chromatin. The solution obtained is usually very viscous because the DNA is represented by a very long filament. Then, the solution is deprotonized by organic solvent, typically used phenol added to chloroform. The denatured proteins from a precipitate at the interface phenol-water, while the DNA remains in solution in aqueous phase, will be recovered by centrifugation. The DNA is then precipitated by adding ethanol in the aqueous phase, collected by centrifugation and dissolved in buffer. To remove trace of phenol and other contaminants, we can finally perform purification by chromatography. Now, we have the DNA and the fingerprints. They will be compared to the database and we will find the murderer. In a few minutes, we will have the result of analysis. It's Loic Tanguy. Let me remember. I've already something about it. I know, it's currently wanted.
Found by scientists, we have an identity of the potential culpable, Mr. Tanguy. We have obtained a search warrant too, so let's go to the flat murderer. Now be quiet.
Mr. Tanguy! CPS! We have a search warrant! Open the door, Mr. Tanguy! We go on! Hands up! Mr. Tanguy! You are under arrest!
Look at this! This is the clothes that the clown described us. Oh, and they are bloodstained.
Oh, this is the hand, Mr. Tanguy. Follow us, please.
Our team has discovered a cloth covered by strange stain. Maybe this is blood.
In this case, Mr. Tanguy will not be a suspect anymore, but it will become the murderer. That's why I'm going to analyze this stain. For that, I will use the hydrogen peroxide, which, in contact with the blood full of bacteria, react and release hydrogen, creating an effervescence, a kind of moss. I will try. Note that the hydrogen peroxide reacts to create a moss. The color of this moss reminds the blood's color. So we have solved the murder, we have our guilty.
In conclusion, we prove the innocence of the trunk with the help of DNA profiling. All the forensic technology are not reliable methods, but are very useful to find clues on the crime scene. The work of investigation will always be an important part of the research of the murderer, but there is also other technology like road trail, ballistic, computer forensic or toxicology that can help us to prove that somebody is guilty.